Good Thursday morning. I'm News 19 meteorologist Corey Smith. We have the latest update on what is now Tropical Storm Ian. And you can see the center of circulation starting to move off the east coast of Florida. Still some pretty heavy rain falling in places like Deltona towards Daytona Beach. Rain totals continuing to add up close to a foot in some portions of the Sunshine State. And you can see here closer to home, we do have some high clouds in place and things will remain for the most part pretty quiet today. We're going to be breezy, but not expecting any impactful weather today. That's really going to come tomorrow as we start to see this storm move back over the Atlantic Ocean. So what we know so far about Ian is that it's a little bit weaker. It's a tropical storm right now. And as it begins to approach the South Carolina coast, we're going to see breezy conditions today, cloudy as well, with temperatures close to 70 degrees. Rain increases as we head into the overnight hours, and then flooding will become our biggest concern, I think, here across the Midlands. Overall, possibility of 3 to 6 inches of rain, locally higher amounts, which could cause some flash flooding. And then tropical storm force winds are going to be possible, a little bit more likely, I think, over the last 24 hours. So things have changed to maybe a little bit more of a windy event here across the Midlands. But let's take a look at the setup right now. And this is an important factor. These are ocean temperatures, and you can see these purples right here, middle to upper 80s. So definitely some warmer water, and that's going to help keep this storm together. It's going to at least maintain strength as we go throughout the next 24 hours. So the latest from the National Hurricane Center as of 8 a.m., wind speeds of 65 miles per hour as it begins to exit the Florida coast, moving to the northeast at 8 miles per hour. So a very slow moving storm. And you'll see as we move forward, actually strengthening just a little bit up to 70 miles per hour. So a pretty strong tropical storm by Friday at 2 p.m. just off the South Carolina coast. It is expected to make landfall somewhere along the coast here in South Carolina before moving to the north. You can see right through the Midlands. So we are expecting some impacts, especially on Friday. So let's time out everything and talk about what you can expect as you go throughout the next 24 to 48 hours here across the Midlands. We're going to start off with the rain threat, a moderate chance of excessive rainfall across the Midlands. And that means that we do have a pretty good chance of seeing some flash flooding. So let's talk about the rainfall first, what we can expect with Ian as it moves in. We have winds out of the northeast today. That keeps us cool. Temperatures close to 70 degrees in the afternoon, and cloudy, breezy as well. Right around 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts as we get into the afternoon and evening. But notice, as you get towards overnight hours, starting to see some of that rainfall move into the Midlands. This is 1 o'clock in the morning. As you go towards Friday morning, you're going to see those showers and heavier downpours starting to move in, especially in the eastern Midlands. Winds are going to be gusting pretty good at this point, but I think it's around midday when we really start to kick things into a little bit of a higher gear. Some more moderate to heavy rain moving through. And this is where we could see some of those tropical storm force winds and gusts across the Midlands continue as we head into the evening. In fact, you can see the center of circulation off towards the east here as that continues to lift towards the north and east. By the time that we get towards 2 to 3 a.m. on Saturday morning, that rain is going to be dying down. Still a bit on the breezy side, but at least that chance for flash flooding starting to go away as you go into your Saturday morning. Overall, I think your Saturday a little bit more quiet across the Midlands. So let's talk about rainfall for really the entire state here. You're going to see 3 to 6 inches of rain possible. And I think this axis of heavier precipitation is going to move depending on where this system actually does make landfall. So that's something we'll keep an eye on as we get closer to actually, I would say Friday afternoon. We'll have a better idea of where we're going to see some of that heavier rainfall. Let's talk about the winds across the Midlands. Those tropical storm force wind chances have gone up since yesterday, anywhere from 50 to about a 70% chance of seeing tropical storm force winds across the Midlands. And I think that chance is definitely going to be higher as you head towards the southeast. So Clarendon, Calhoun, Orangeburg, and Sumter counties, probably the best bet of seeing some of our highest winds, and also probably the best bet of seeing some sporadic power outages due to Ian's winds. As soon as you get that saturated ground, doesn't take too much to knock over some trees. So let's talk about those wind gusts as you go throughout today, Thursday. Well, a pretty breezy day in and of itself. 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts coming out of the northeast. Now that's going to start to really ramp up as we go into your Friday. Around midday, you can see 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts possible across the Midlands as Ian begins to make landfall here in the afternoon hours, and that continues into the evening as well. But that doesn't last too long. The storm is going to be weakening pretty quickly, so by really midnight on Saturday. We're already getting rid of those damaging wind potentials and really just going back to a breezy situation as you go into your Saturday morning. So breaking down the timing for everything, what we can expect going forward, a breezy day today on Thursday. So by 5 p.m. Thursday, just dealing with cloudy skies. We can't rule out a stray shower or two, but it's really once you get towards the evening and overnight hours that rain chance starts to increase, and winds are going to increase a little bit as well, gusting up to 40 miles per hour as we head 7 a.m. on your Friday morning through about midnight Saturday. That is the prime time for seeing some of the worst weather moving through the Midlands. Heavy rain and flooding will be possible at times, and gusty winds. We're looking at the potential of those tropical storm force winds moving through, gusting up to 50 to 60 miles per hour, especially in the eastern Midlands. As you go into your Saturday, things are going to be ending pretty early, so I think by midday on Saturday, things are looking pretty good here across the Midlands. I think the rain is gone and just a light wind left behind what we're seeing with Ian. So take a look at 7-day forecast going forward. A high of 71 today with those breezy conditions, rain showers moving in as they head very late tonight. Tomorrow looks to be the main event. That's when we're seeing the heavy wind, the heavy rain, and also dealing with really the bulk of what we're seeing with Ian. That moves out, and I think by Saturday afternoon, conditions already starting to improve, and looking forward towards next week, we're sunny and cooler temperatures in the lower 70s. We're going to have more updates on what you can expect with Tropical Storm Ian as you go forward. That's going to be on air, online, and right here on WLTX.com. So make sure you're keeping up with the latest. I'm News 19 meteorologist Corey Smith.